It's my spirit animal. The little freaky squirrel dude from Ice Age.
That's Rob's spirit animal, for those who don't know.
It's a cup, and a straw goes in there, and you just... Or a beer. Now you're speaking my language.
Thank you, boys. Thank you, Loud Swain fellas. New Jersey.
That's for you. Yes, it's for you.
It's great.
It's the best thing ever.
It'll fit with your cup holder. Your cup
Doesn't it
holder's
look
shaped
exactly like me?
Hey, are you having a good Sunday? Is it everything you hoped it would be? Here. Put it over here to annoy Billy.
No, I'm going to put it here because at every con I want them to travel with it, and that just always be decorating my hand.
Billy has a sign up here that specifically says, well, it used to say no drinks, because he doesn't like people putting drinks in his hand. Somebody, we're not sure who, tore off the no, turned it upside down and made it say drinks on. I don't know, dude. I'm still as annoyed as you are. Don't roll my word. And then it said no drinks, and now it just says drinks, exclamation point. And so yesterday during our panel, Matt put his drink on there, thinking that this was, oh, this is a designated drink here.
Why wouldn't we?
And Billy was quite chagrined.
Chagrined.
In that inimitable style of his.
So I know that you might have been thinking this is a Rob Benedict panel. That's because we thought Rich was going to have to be on a plane, but Rich got his flight moved, as it were.
I said, I don't want there to be a Kings of Con panel without me.
Yeah.
So I'm crashing your panel, Robbie.
This is amazing.
What?
There was going to be a King of Con panel, not a Kings of Con panel.
Exactly.
As God meant it to be.
We're Kings of Con. You can't write that kind of stuff, you know, that's right up there.
Boom.
Right up there in the old middle.
Anyway, we made the show. It's called Kings of
Two
Con.
important Tuesdays are coming up.
Yeah.
Two very important Tuesdays. Election Day, November 8th. 7 days later, the premiere of Kings of Con.
And, they're going to air the first 2 episodes back to back for that first week, and then what we're also going to do is they're releasing the show on Comic-Con HQ. They're releasing the show like normal network would release a show. So every Tuesday it's a new episode. Then of course it will live on the site, forever. But they're releasing it, weekly. And we're going to have a live talk show at 7 p.m. Pacific time every Tuesday.
Yeah, we're doing an after show for our own show. So it's 6:45 Pacific time.
Well, for the first Tuesday, we're actually rolling it within the 7 o'clock show, right?
Even better.
And Richard can't be there because he's going to be directing Supernatural for like a couple episodes, and then he'll be back.
Right.
But anyway, we've got it. It's going to be great. The after show is going to be super fun. So.
And it's live, so that we'll live tweet, and then you'll be able to tweet in questions to Robbie. You'll be able to ask things and communicate about the show.
Yeah.
It'll be great. It's called Kings of Conversation.
Yeah.
Because we're clever like that.
Hi.
I feel like either this is where the questions are, or they're staging the coup. And I don't know. Either way, I like our chances.
You should photo op. It's your light shirt.
Good. I'm really glad it's not. You're not storming the stage.
You're great. You're great.
Bobo.
It's like, after they're like, hey, do you have a question? Oh, no, you have a question.
We had a nickel for every time we heard that. Rob, Rich, what? Sit down, you're blocking my view of Misha.
Yeah. Well, one of Borja's cousins was here, and she'd been really cool hanging out with us all day, very cool, 2 people hanging out.
Yeah.
Then she met Jensen, Jared, and Misha, and she lost it. I mean, I didn't even know she was a fan of the show. She was like, oh my God! She's like, screaming, she's like, best birthday ever! And I was like, what am I, chopped liver? I'm not on that show. All day long, she'd be like, no, nothing. She was like, hey, to you, she was like, I don't know if you work here, like, thank you so much for introducing me.
$55. And I kept it. I figured, well, I'm walking out of here with something, Should we take a few questions?
Yeah, sure.
Should we do it? We'll start with the crown. I feel like the person with the crown, please.
I'm here for you guys.
Thank you.
And we for you.
I bought my Sunday ticket for the Rob Benedict found.
That's amazing. Thank you. Thanks for saying that.
My question was about, I wanted to know, Rob, about your writing process, because you write lyrics, written NJCON. I know people have asked you a couple times about your writing process with Rich, but like the sidekick and your own projects, what is your writing process like? I hope it's not like Chuck's, but
Yeah, no, it's not as much alcohol involved. Believe it or
mine
not.
kind of is.
I like to write, like him and we're a good example of this, as is Loud Swain. I like to write by myself and then give it to someone to then get their input on it, you know? Him and I write best when we basically divide and conquer. And then we divide, write, then we come back and share what we've written, and then we make notes on that. So yeah, I like to be by myself when I'm actually doing the writing. And yeah, just you gotta be in the right mood, you know, that's what's hard.
Ah, good one, right mood. The old right mood bit. Writing in the right mood. Did you write that?
Yeah, this is what a writing process is like.
That's a home run.
This is why I like to be by myself. Writing, right?
Nailed it.
Anyway, so that's be by myself, and you just have to kind of wait for the inspiration to come. I'm a pretty emotional person, which probably is very obvious to all of you, and so that therefore ideas come quick to me, feelings come quick, and same with humor. I laugh a lot, and so I don't know. I sit by myself and I throw a lot of things out there, and about 80% of it is good.
Oh, there she goes.
There we go.
Hi, everybody. Good luck.
Creative niches. Have fun, guys.
Love you.
This time, get it for me.
This is, it looks official, but also looks like, I don't know, like something ominous is about to happen.
Yeah,
That's where
it can't be
it all
good.
screwed up. We warned you, and you wouldn't listen, and now you gotta go meet Misha.
I hope that answers the question.
Yo.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you for this week. That was the best week of my life.
Oh, you're welcome.
I know more for Rob. What's your advice for an aspiring musician?
Well, just keep playing. I mean, you have to play, and you never. No musician is ever good enough to not practice. So just practice and practice and practice. And then what's great about the age we live in is that you can make music very easily on a Mac. You know what I mean? You just it comes with GarageBand, and you can experiment with making music. Anything. You write a couple chords and jot it. It doesn't have to be mind blowing. Just try it, and then slowly you go, oh, okay. You start to get the process, and it gets better. So just practice, and practice recording. And if you get something that you're proud of, throw it up on YouTube. Why not? I mean, invite your friends to go see it. And then, people are discovered that way. That wasn't that way 20 years ago. And now people are actually, love him or hate him. Like Justin Bieber's a YouTube. You know what I mean? Now he's like an international sensation. I'm just saying, it can happen. And so, yeah, that. I hope that helps. Thanks. Don't be the beach.
Just because we're drawing an analogy to Bieber doesn't even recur to you to be Bieber. So,
To live by.
yeah.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Congratulations on being from Con.
Thank you.
Not to know the wrong.
Thank you. So you were the one.
Yes, I was. So couldn't take a kiss. Anyway,
True.
I thought she meant herself during the movie. I think right now you're referring to Rob's bit.
anyway, so my question is, since both of your characters, Trickster becoming Gabriel and Chuck becoming God, how did you feel transitioning from one different kind of character to the next?
Well, I did mine years and years ago, and it was an awesome experience. It's a rare opportunity in television when you're a guest star in a show, especially in my case, a guest star who had done 2 episodes, so not even a high-impact player, so to speak, to have the opportunity to do that, to play that kind of role. It's awesome. You're playing 2 characters and 1 guy. Both characters, both very well developed and fun to play in their own right, and then sort of being able to find a way to dovetail those 2 things together. It's an awesome opportunity and rare in our field.
Yes, because what I liked about watching it is the fact that, yes, you did, we've known you as a trickster, and we've known you as still technically Chuck. And I really respect that you kept the character into learning, but yet changing it up so much.
Yeah, I mean, the way I looked at it was just exploring another dimension of the character that you've been playing. It's not an about face. It really is. You know, it's more. It's kind of a gift as a guest star actor to be able to add this other dimension of this character that you've been playing. And it was fun. It was super fun to explore that.
Yeah, and I would say we were also benefited from both of us having tremendous writers. The Changing Channels episode was written by Jeremy Carver, who's obviously a fantastic writer, running his own show now, Frequency.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Robbie had the benefit of the greatest ally in show business, Robbie Thompson, who just crafted a fantastic return for Rob's character. And so you know, aside from an actor being able to, you know, kind of do his thing and work out his chops here, we had really solid material to work with that really put us down a really interesting and well thought out road.
One of the things I want to say is that to me, you're more than just guest stars. You're more as we the fans look forward to seeing episodes with you guys in it. I know you're maybe gone, but I know it. We would love to see you come back. I love Chuck, I love Trickster, I love Gabriel. I love everyone that's been on the show even once or maybe even twice, because you know what? Those are the characters that people will always talk about. Not only just Dean and Sam and Cass and Cassidy, but you know what? It's you guys that make the cons great, that do all weekend. You guys really do.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
Very high concept.
See, I told you, Jersey.
Yeah,
They get us.
Jersey, they get
They get us.
Love you guys. Hello, sirs.
Hello, ma'am.
First, I want to say, Rob, I think you are the best looking guy in the cast. I think you're very
Robbie! What point, sir?
Thank you so much.
My question for both of you is, was there anything specific that inspired you, like a specific situation that inspired you to make Kings of Con?
It wasn't one thing. It was a series of things.
Years of doing the same thing.
Robbie and I kept doing. I mean, Robbie, obviously, we were talking about it earlier, has written a lot in his life previous to the two of us teaming up. I've done the same, and what we realized, two things that were key to this process. One was, in the years we were doing these cons, in the cities we would travel to, and the situations we'd find ourselves in, we would find ourselves cracking up going, this is ridiculous. Make a note. And so Rob would keep a text chain of crazy crap that was happening, which we still keep going, by the way. We have an ongoing text chain of weird crap that happens. That's our vault. And that's one thing. Number two, Rob and I realized early on, because of our experience, because we're not new to the business, we've been around for a long time, we realized that our rapport, our comedic rapport that we have on stage and off stage, is a rare find. It's not easy to find. You might enjoy somebody's humor, you might love their work. That doesn't mean you guys sync up together well as creative partners. And we realized early on in the improv on this stage, when we start the show every morning, that there was a freedom and a trust that we had with each other's humor that, no, it's fine. We get it. That you can't emulate, you can't fake, and we realized we had this opportunity. We had a great idea, shared experience, and sensibilities that were different enough to be unique, but similar enough to work really well together. And we decided we'd be absolutely idiots if we didn't capitalize on it and go out and tell a story about it.
Yeah, you know, the weird things that he's talking about that are happening are like the behind the scenes things, like before we come out here and try to act like two responsible people who can hold a microphone, making total asses of ourselves back there, and we're like, this is good, this is like a television show. It was like therapy. We had to get it out and talk about it. We looked at the show, which we're playing characterized versions of ourselves. You know, it's not a reality show, it's scripted, it's funny. But you're watching the cartoon versions of ourselves.
Right.
Like, these two men have a problem.
Oh.
They're not okay.
They're not okay, but that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's what makes it was like, this is a comedy. So that's what inspired us to do it.
Thank you.
My question is, what's the biggest fan interaction you've had for karaoke?
When drinking was involved in karaoke, things definitely got out of control sometimes. But my favorite memory of karaoke craziness isn't like a weird interaction so much as something awesome that we decided that would not the safe thing to do. Is we used to crowd surf.
I knew you were going to say that. That was the thing. We used to crowd surf back.
And I had great surf. I had one surf that was just the best. I've got a picture of it up in my office because someone took a picture. It's like me just like, with hands holding me up. This is early.
Yeah, early. I never did the crowd surfing thing, but Rodney would do it. And I figured in Cohen, there was one time I remember thinking, the karaoke party started out really small. It would be like 9 people dotting their seats, and we sort of call them up, and they do a long, slow, quiet walk up here and sing the Rose, and then go back to their seat. It was a hell on earth, is what it was. But then slowly the crowds got a little bit bigger as we sort of started breaking rules and redefining what the experience was. But they still weren't what you just witnessed. If you came Friday night, that was awesome. It was, and we built up to that, and that's pretty much what it is town to town, attendance-wise. There was a period of time when it was well attended but not nearly that huge, and that's really what we're talking about, where we had a fun but smaller crowd. And so we'd run around the audience more and Rob would crowd surf. I remember one time, I don't know why this was happening, but Matt was behind everybody just throwing chairs. Just throwing chairs. And that wasn't safe.
I remember that. Like,
yeah, I know.
They were like
bouncing.
I remember thinking like, wow, I hope nobody gets hurt here.
And then, I remember the whole crowd surfing concept got turned on its ear when Sebastian O'Shea got involved and decided to crowd surf
Face down.
face down. Which means every fifth hand was copying his sack. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, this is great, man. You're having the best time.
it was the most offensive thing I've ever seen play out in real time.
That's when we decided we had to
This
stay
crowd
on.
surfing is probably a bad idea. Why, man? It was great. They passed me around and back up here. Yeah, I know you enjoyed it, Sebastian. Matt Cohen used to say it was like a Sebastian umbrella.
It took a moment.
So, and that's when the worm turned. Note to self, guys, let's not do the crowd surfing.
Yeah.
So that's specifically what I was thinking. When Rob brought up the whole crowd surfing. To me, it was specifically Sebastian's crowd surfing. Very bad.
The awkwardness.
You man.
Hi, Rich.
Hi.
I guess.
Thanks.
Just kidding. So, we obviously have a lot of creative people in the fandom, and that can carry over to photo ops a lot. So I was wondering, what's your most memorable photo op experience?
One time in Italy, a woman said she didn't speak great English, but she drew a picture. She was like, I want you and Richard here holding on to each other.
Your brazo.
Your faces are really close.
Okay.
And then I'm not in the picture.
What are you going to be saying? Oh no, I'm not like, no. Yeah, you don't need that one.
Honey, where was this picture taken?
Photo op. Where's the fan?
And we'll do pretty much anything.
There have been very few times when we've said,
No.
I remember one of my favorite times, the only time I've ever said no to a position. A young lady brought me a photo and she said, would you mind doing this position? And I looked at her like, yeah, you know, I'm going to not do that position just because someday my kids will see that. You know, it's going to photo on the web. Like, I already have too many questions to answer for them as it is. This may be a bridge too far. I'm going to pass on this. Now, that's not the funny story. The funny story is the picture she was showing me to ask me to do a pose was a picture of her and Misha doing that pose. I was like, yeah, I've been out me shit. I can't. That's that was the only time I think I've ever. Oh, you and me making out with no fan and that. There were 2 times that
Yeah.
foot down.
Because we would have made out if the fan would have been in the picture.
Oh hell yeah! We were making out on our way to the photo op. I'm always amazed by the creativity of the photo op experience. Some people do such clever things. You were just telling me about one you guys just
Well,
did.
you know, we were joking with Norton because he missed most of the Game 7 of the World Series because he was watching Kinky Boots. We had to give him...
Let's be sure we explain this because the Sunday crowd may have missed the story. Now, Norton says that he's a giant Cubs fan.
He's not a baseball fan. He grew up a couple hours from Chicago. So, fine. So, he bought he bought a hat and all of a sudden he's a Cubs fan.
Rob is I don't know if you can tell, he's very subtle. He's resentful of this photo.
I'm a big Cardinals fan. Cardinals Cubs are rivals, so anyway, I take offense to it. And so, for Game 7, I fly into New York, and him and Brianna just got out of Kinky Boots. And they said, come meet me for a drink.
One of the biggest Game 7s ever.
Well, the Cubs win the World Series. You missed all the game.
By the way, it's not like Norton is Johnny Broadway. He's never been to a Broadway show in his life. He picked this time to skip the most epic, historic Game 7, potentially the win of a lifetime, to go to a show he's never heard of and probably wasn't that interested in. Kinky Boots.
So we had to give him trouble. It's a great setup. So someone today did a photo op where we were all rooting for the Cubs to win. Well, this young lady had this nice pair of boots on, and he had to be with her kinky boots.
Oh, that's so clever. That's so quick. That just happened. And somebody thought of that. I love it.
Yes.
Thank you for your question.
Hi.
Hi.
Danielle. I didn't ready for the last question.
You're the last question.
I do.
Person.
Okay. My question is a two-parter. Since I was at con last year, Saturday, NJCON, Rob, how was it filling in Rich's shoes? And Rich, how was it directing Just My Imagination?
How was it hosting the con?
Oh, last year in New Jersey. Oh yeah, it was super fun. I mean, look, Rich is such a vital presence to this whole experience. So it's not the same without him here. I definitely felt like it was an uphill battle. I mean, there are a lot of people on Friday who are like, I guess I got to look at something. All right.
That should be our slogan. Come to Rob and Rich Fridays. Because you gotta look at something.
No, you guys were great, and the audience was great. They really embraced me, and of course, it was an unforgettable weekend. I had a blast. It was great. I got to finish all the sentences. No, it was great. It wound up being super fun.
That must have been weird.
It was great. Yeah, it was weird. I felt really good about myself.
I was gonna say, your confidence was...
But it was super fun to do. Rich directing.
Directing the episode was awesome. I wasn't in New Jersey because I was directing Just My Imagination last year. And I just had such a great time. It was such a huge opportunity that I have nothing but thanks to then showrunner Terry Carver and obviously godfather of the show, Bob Singer, Phil Secretia, executive producer, those guys for letting me do it, and for Jared Jensen being so supportive of the process. It was just an amazing experience. I loved that story. I loved the script that I was given, that Jenny Klein wrote, and I thought it was so awesome and fun, and had a lot of heart along with the humor. And it was the first time I've ever directed network television. It was just, I've never been more nervous, and I had an amazing experience. Really did.